Hi, this is Stacia. We're going to take a look at a training game I played on chess.com. I don't think I played very great this game, so that's a great opportunity to learn. So we're going to try to be as objective as possible as we look at this game, and I'll describe my thoughts and what I think is going on, but then we'll also check with the engine and try to learn something. So let's go ahead and get started. In the game, I played e4, they went e6, the French defense, and I played c4. Okay, so c4 is, I would call it a little bit dubious, but it is a book move. Grandmasters will play this sometimes. And I like this move though a lot because I've been playing the French terrace defense for a long time, and I don't like the positions I get. I end up defending the d4 pawn, which is what French players want. And probably my coach Calvin wanted me to play this because he wants me to know how to defend and how to, afterwards play positionally and win a game of chess. But I just don't like the line, so I started avoiding it. I just don't like it. I don't understand it either. Maybe if I meet with him, I can learn more and then try it again. But for now, I'm going to be playing whatever else I can think of. And what I like about c4 is that black's trying to go d5, right? It's like, no, you're not going d5. Okay, but they can go d5 anyway, which is what my opponent did. But now I take. Now they're entering my realm, the open game realm. So I'm luring them into the type of game that I want. I want it to be more open. I want it to be more crazy. Do I have an advantage here? No. But when do I ever have an advantage? I sacrifice pawns every game. All right, so takes. And I play queen e4 check. Computer gives this a question mark, which is interesting because there's definitely at least one grandmaster I know that played this move religiously. Okay, whatever. Objectively, I guess it's not good. Now they go c6. Okay, now just to share something that is very instructive for you guys, there is a trap line you can play for in this line, which is sort of the backbone of why I go for this. The trap line goes like this. Very natural moves for black. Bishop d7. That attacks my queen. I go queen b3. Haha, you let go of your b pawn. So now I'm going to take it. And then black will think and be like, ooh, I'm so good. I can take this pawn. Because if they take, I play bishop c6. Protecting the rook, attacking the queen. Rook protects the knight. Knight protects the bishop. That is pretty nice. I will say that. And I do agree that that's no good for me. So after takes, I would play bishop to c4, attacking f7. Let's get that queen to defend on e7. And now I'll take. And now it's different because after bishop c6, that same idea they had before. Well, guess what? Now we play check. They block, and it looks like they're fine except for one thing. Bishop takes f7 check. If they take, I win a queen. So I can't do that, right? So there's only one move, this. But unfortunately, checkmate. So that's a really nice trap line. Now, I've played that in Blitz like 1 million times. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but many, many, many times. So after takes, check. My opponent went c6. Now, the trap line comes from bishop d7. But my opponent went c6. And c6 is a little passive, but it does. I turned off the engine and it's still showing a line. Why is it doing that? Oh, I have to turn off depth? How do I turn it off? Okay, I don't know. I'll have to just ignore it best I can. So after c6, they're just protecting their pawn, right? This is the idea. Now, I have no idea what the right move is here. I decided to go e5. I saw this when I studied the opening, but I really didn't know what to do against this move c6. I just thought, you know, if I go e5 and I'm threatening d4 and I can, I think, hold that position. We did get black to play c6 instead of c5. But also there's no pawn on e6. In a normal French, there's a pawn on e6, and that blocks in the bishop on c8. So usually that bishop's a problem piece, but in this position, that's not true. This bishop can come out wherever. So, so I played e5. They played bishop f5, taking immediate advantage of letting go of that square. I went queen b3 to attack the pawn, taking immediate advantage of their bishop leaving that one. And they played queen to c7. Okay. Now, I understand why they played this move because it protects a b7 pawn, and it also attacks the pawn on e4 with check. But the queen is also, you have to be careful where you place your queen in chess, and probably the reason the engine is giving it a dubious mark is because you're placing your queen on an open C file. That's usually not a good idea. Now, I didn't calculate it out, but I have a feeling like moves like d4, knight c3, bishop somewhere, and rook c1 means that the queen doesn't belong there. All right, so after d4, which is what I played, they went here, which apparently is dubious. Okay, but I got the feeling that black wants to castle queenside, right? They want to go queenside. That's fine by me. Go queenside. I've got an open C file. I've got my queen over here. I've got my bishop opened up towards the position. That would be fine. So I just go bishop d3. So, I mean, okay, I'm just trying to castle. That's what I want to do. I would like to castle. And I don't think I want to castle queenside, although you could probably make an argument for that. I wanted to go here and play f4. This is what I want to do. So I need to get my bishop out. Well, bishop e2 is a bit passive, right? My knight might want to go there so I can play f4. And also, their bishop's kind of a beast. So if my bishop goes to e2, whose bishop is better? I would say that one. That bishop's slicing into my position. My bishop's sitting in front of my king, doing not much. So that's why I decided on bishop d3 because, hey, if their bishop is better than yours, trade it. Turns out it is the top engine move. So cool. And after takes, they go c5. Now, I was worried about this. There's two ideas with this move. One idea is to capture here and just try to win my e-pawn, which they have pressure on at the moment. The other idea is to play c4, which I was kind of hoping for, because I would simply retreat my queen, play knight c3, play a3 to stop this craziness, and just play chess from there. And I think that, you know, with them signaling that they want to castle queenside, that's not a consistent plan with pushing your queenside pawns, right? Like you push all these pawns, your king will end up just naked and afraid on c8. So I thought that's sort of a mismatch there. So I kind of wanted to see c4. Okay, so they go, well, I went bishop d3, bishop e3, takes, knight takes pawn. Now, I saw they could take this pawn, and I thought, maybe they get pinned, right? Queen e3. Let's play queen e3. Computer gives me an exclam. I feel like it's just an obvious move, but okay, whatever. And I wasn't sure it worked either. So, okay, exclam, yay. I'm threatening f4, I feel. But I'm also threatening other moves like knight f3 could attack it. What else? I guess not too much else. So they really need to defend that. But, wow, computer gave a blunder for that move. So bishop d6 defends the knight, but yeah, f4. That's a missed win. Okay. Well, we have got to see what's going on now. I'm going to refresh the board. I don't like the distraction of the double question marks. We missed a win. F4 is a missed win. So what's the real win then? That's what I want to know. Let's try to find it. What is it? I feel like if we go knight c3, knight f3, I mean, they could play f6. Does it have to do with something like this? Like take and here? I don't know. I'm honestly confused. I'm 100% confused here. Let's see what the engine wants, because I don't know. It wants to take this. They take back, then f4. So this is somehow better. Why is this better, though? I would assume they go here or something. We take. And then it gives d4. Okay. Computer's just trying to be tricky because it's losing. I mean, this looks like the natural move. And then it says we go knight f3. Say they attack us. g4. Okay, whatever. I do see that white's, you know, white's up material. So that's good enough. So what did it want? I'm really wondering. So after bishop, oops, instead of f4, after bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5, it does want f4, knight e7, oops. I guess they get that pawn. They won't. They don't in the other line. Yeah, well, they wouldn't in the other line because the bishop's blocking the queen. Okay. I guess. I don't know. Stockfish doesn't always make total sense. So castles by black is what happened. I think castles queenside is a big mistake. Let's see what the engine says. Wow. It gives game-losing blunder for that. Wow. Well, that's what I thought too. Because, like, why would you castle into my open C file? So I take a knight. They check. Yeah, and here's the problem. I think they were hoping for something here. Probably they saw it before they castled. They were hoping that I play queen c3 and they play bishop b4, and that would win my queen, and then they're winning. But unfortunately, I can play queen c3, and that's check. And now that it's check, they must trade queens. Takes, and this is kind of just over. So I'm not going to go into this. This is kind of clever by them. They're like, ooh, I'm going to check your knight protects your bishop, and then I'll play knight takes bishop. But then that gives me discoveries like knight takes d5 check, winning the bishop. So I'm not so sure about it. But even so, I went knight b5. And I feel like this move is quite good because, you know, what do they do now? I'm actually protecting this. And if they go here, what could I do? Actually, I was planning this move to go for the fork, because why not? And they could do something random, but then I take that pawn, right? I do have a double attack on it. Also, taking with the knight is what check. So this all looks good to me. I don't know. So a6 by my opponent and check, and I think here they just resigned. They play king d7 and they just resigned because I'm up material, and now they were hoping to win the bishop, and now I'm just going to take their knight. I think that was the idea. So I think we learned something from this game, but yeah, I'm also getting just insight into myself. The fact that I picked a dubious line of play, and I played it at Parma as well. So I'm going to either need to, you know, retrench and go back to the terrace defense, or I'm going to need a real line against the French. I don't want to play this. Like, I don't think this line, I want this to be a side line that I can pull out if I need it. I don't want it to be something that I always play, though, because I don't believe in the line. And it's fun, but I don't want to do it against every kind of opponent. A strong opponent, I want to do better than this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back with more chess. Okay, bye.